What is the best non-sexual, non-drug related physical sensation you've ever experienced? A hot shower after a week of camping. Edit. Thanks for the love and award. Laughing at a really good joke is one of the best feelings in the world. I live in upstate New York. In the winter, there is nothing better than crawling into bed under the heated blanket. I like to turn it on about 30 minutes before I go to bed. With this, the whole bed is hot and toasty. No cold feet or toes. It's wonderful. When your sinus has been blocked and it begins to clear. Sometimes there's little pops, cracks, and one time a lengthy fizz. Feels amazing. When you stretch your whole body and hit the sweet spot in your back. Last night I was laying in bed and kinda wiggling my hips to readjust my slightly herniated spinal disc. Well, I did something right, because I heard/felt this hollow plep sound back there and felt instant relief. I can lift my knee almost to the height of my shoulder again. I almost forgot I had this much mobility. Mind you, I'm 40 BMI sack of lard and shit, but I don't live sedentary life. This backache was killing me for the past year. And now it's gone. Like, holy fucking shit, it's finally gone. For now. When that nose block you've had for 3 days finally clears up. Finally scratching my leg after my cast was taken off. Had it for 2 months in summer, it was hell. I still remember almost crying tears of joy when they took it off. I am a sucker for back scratches. I don't know the technical name for it and have only ever ran into a couple in my lifetime. But basically imagine a metal whisk, and you cut off the bottom then cap all the point ends, use this to massage your noggin and it feels amazing. In the same vein, I'd go to a hairdresser weekly to get my hair shampooed by a pro if it wouldn't come off so weird. Putting my ear up against my cat's sides while they're purring and hearing it from the source. Plus I get to rub my face in their fur, which is the other best thing. Farting away a stomach ache. Edit. Please stop upvoting this comment, it's not even original and I typed it half as a joke. Whoever the hell awarded this, all I have to say is WTF. I got a horrible poison ivy rash while camping for a few days. That first scalding hot shower after getting back home, hot water pressure right on the rash. I'll be chasing that high for the rest of my life. Peeing after having to hold it for a while. Waking up, realizing you don't need to get up yet, and falling back to sleep, having someone draw on your back with their fingers, or play with your hair. Oh fuck, I'm a cat. Serious, what's a dark secret you want to get off of your chest? When I was 7 I was home alone. I called 911 due to a house fire that consumed half the house and they found me outside. My mother, who was at work, I was a latchkey kid, was told by the fire department that it was an electrical fire. In truth, I had a lighter and was fascinated by fire. I was burning the little tassels at the end of the blanket on my bed, putting them out before it caught the whole blanket on fire. Until I wasn't able to and the whole bed caught fire. An electrical outlet shorted out from the heat, which caused the firemen to think that was the cause. I'm 40 now. My mother still doesn't know the truth and I still remember it all vividly, complete with the heat on my face as I tried in vain to put out the bed. Edit. Wow, top comment and some unique awards I've never seen given. Gotta love a story about a little pyro, I guess, lol. I have terrible memory issues, and no matter what I do to keep things on track, meds, planners, reminders, alarms, etc., things still slip through the cracks. It makes me feel terrible. BC, I hate the disappointed or even frustrated look I get when I ask a question and should clearly know the answer. It's especially difficult when people end up thinking I don't care. BC, if you cared then you'd remember. I care so much, I never want to ask what we planned for tomorrow, again, and when your birthday is, again, despite attending the party last year. It just gets really hard to juggle everything all the time. I gave my baby nephew a noisy toy because I was having a petty fight with my sister. I genuinely fear that I'm only nice and considerate due to habit and training. Edit. I got a lot of supportive and sympathizing responses and I'm very, very thankful for them. A friend goes on and on about how many Twitch followers he has and how he's getting so big as a streamer, etc. He doesn't know that most of his followers/viewers are me. He was so depressed that nobody was tuning in that I used a Google Worksheet account and a ton of aliases to spawn Twitch accounts to follow/watch him. It's gotten out of control though and he keeps trying to lord and over our friend group how many viewers/followers. Not sure how to proceed, because he was pretty depressed before I created all the followers and worry hell get depressed again if I slowly stop doing it. For people asking, I'm not going to post the stream link, it wouldn't do anything healthy for him to see a big hit of viewers at this point, and I don't need him googling himself and finding his way to this post. Instead, one of the respondents below dropped a link to his kid's stream. If you want to make a kid smile, go give a follow to. Never mind, looks like moderator killed the post, so I probably shouldn't link it. I worked on SpongeBob SquarePants, the Yellow Avenger, and know for a fact that the game cannot be 100% completed on the DS version, 99% max. Not my fault, but I hate that it shipped like that and feel sorry for anyone who seriously tried. No secret, but thanks to all of you for letting me know I'm in a large crowd of people with similar issues. When I was 8 years old, I was at a friend's sleepover. He was also the same age and there was also an older boy there. He asked me to get naked and lay on my friend. After saying no multiple times, I got persuaded to do it. He said they do it a lot as guys his age. I don't know much more of that night. I guess my brain said, let's forget that. I still know how the room looked, what games we played before and how the bed and the carpet looked. I'm 20 now and I think because of that I had a lot of trouble accepting physical touch and intimacy. It's one of the most detailed memories of my childhood till one point. Not so dark, but I hope my stepdad breaks it off with my mom. She is physically and emotionally abusive to him, but they act like it's a normal thing couples do. It would be awful because I like him, but I want him to be happy. I felt relieved when my dad killed himself. While he had a lot of mental health issues, he was also not a very nice person and put me and my family through a lot of pain for many years. I have countless stories of the fucked up things he said and did. I now have conflicting feelings where I am sad that someone suffered so much pain and inflicted so much pain on others, but I'm also relieved that it is over and I don't honestly miss him at all. Edit. Wow, thanks for so many positive replies. It sounds like I'm very much not alone in having feelings like this, so sending out the love to anyone in a similar boat. I've been a functioning alcoholic since 2018 when I was drugged, taken to another location, and sexually assaulted by multiple people. I began using alcohol to numb myself after that. A few years later I got in an abusive relationship and my drinking just spiraled completely out of control. I've never told my friends or family about the assault or my alcoholism. They eventually found out about the abusive relationship once I left him for good. Even after I got out of the relationship, I was basically drinking myself to death. I would drink anywhere from 10 to 18 cans almost every night of the week until I could pass out in my bed until morning. I tried cutting back a few times but would always relapse worse than before. But today I am proud to say that I'm 19 days sober, starting therapy, and am looking forward to finally getting my life back on track. I isolate myself from people and then get mad about it later on. I'm happy my mom's ex died. Dude was a fucking menace. Frequently had outbursts where he would destroy our apartment or threaten my siblings or my mom. His family and friends all thought he was harmless, but didn't want to deal with him. One day he was having another meltdown. My mom and siblings were hiding in my room and I was holding the door shut while he was trying to get in, so I called the police. Dude blamed me for years after that and targeted me a lot. One day some neighbor boys tried to assault me and when I mentioned it he convinced himself that I must have lead those boys on and kept inviting them over. He was convinced that I did porn and would obsessively search for it. I was 15 LMAO, also sus as hell that he would try so hard to try to find videos of me that didn't exist. I also had to take care of him when he shattered the bones in his arm and hand and traveling nurses refused to come to our house to flush his for. I imagine he was terrible to them too. I have so many stories about this guy. I was around 22 when he died and I was genuinely happy that he died. I thought I was kinda over it, but once I had kids I've started to become angry with every adult involved. I couldn't imagine putting my own kids in those situations. During a manic episode one was filled with so much rage and sorrow that I let a homeless man take me into a ditch behind a church in hopes that he would kill me. He didn't. He just snorted some meth, showed me pictures of his girlfriends, and made pleasant conversation. I guess he was just lonely. Edit. Since many people seem to only take one thing from this story, I didn't know he was homeless till my mom found us and offered him a ride to his place, which then we discovered he didn't have one. I didn't expect him to kill me, I was just hoping he would, as an obviously drugged up man walking across the street to approach a 19-year-old girl who is alone and offering her into a ditch where bodies are often found was a decent enough red flag, and let's not forget that I was in a state of psychosis. I spend most time in my bed on my phone. I hate it and I don't think anyone knows. If you could fuck any fictional character, who would it be? PlayStation 1 Hagrid. She's goes to a different school, you guys wouldn't know her. The list would be shorter on which fictional character I wouldn't fuck. Podrick from Game of Thrones because he is apparently a sex god. Lara Croft. Jill Valentine. Howl from Howl's Moving Castle. Geralt of Rivia. Shago from Kim Possible. Maybe not modern by any stretch of the imagination, but if it is just for fun then I'm going to have to go with the ancient Greek goddess of pleasure, Hedon. Mystique. Loki. He'd do some amazing things in bed. Morticia Adams. Selene Underworld. I would say Annie from Community, but we try not to sexualize Annie.